Imagine a land that has watched empires rise and fall, been trampled by armies from Alexander to Genghis, yet never vanished. From the first mud brick villages beside the Zagros to today's bustling megacity, Persia has rewritten the rules of survival for 5,000 years, and the secret of its endurance will blow your mind. We start our journey in the cradle of civilization, where the Elamites first etched symbols onto clay tablets, and the Medes began to organize the highlands. These early peoples forged a language that would become Old Persian, a tongue that held together trade, law, and worship. Around the time of the Achaemenid Empire, a belief system called Zoroastrianism introduced the concept of Asher, order against chaos, and gave the people a shared moral compass. The empire's genius lay in its satrapies, a bureaucratic network that let local leaders manage daily life while still answering to a central king. This blend of local autonomy and imperial oversight became a template that would survive countless invasions. Fast forward to the Age of Conquest. When Alexander the Great swept through the plateau, his soldiers brought Hellenistic art and new ideas, but the Persian scribes kept the tax rolls and the administrative machinery humming. After the fall of the Achaemenids, the Sasanian Empire rose, only to meet the Arab Caliphate. Though the Arabs conquered the territory, the Persian language endured as Pahlavi, and Islam was interpreted through a uniquely Persian lens, enriching poetry and philosophy. Then came the Mongol onslaught, a storm of horsemen that razed cities and scattered populations. Yet even the Mongols relied on Persian scholars to govern, and the Ilkhanate adopted Persian court culture, proving that no foreign power could erase the cultural core. Each wave of invaders tried to stamp their mark, but they also co-opted Persian bureaucracy, language, and art, weaving themselves into the existing fabric rather than tearing it apart. This pattern of adaptation is the thread that runs through the next eras, from the Safavid establishment of Shia identity to the modern reforms of Reza Shah and the revolutionary fervor of 1979. If this is blowing your mind, hit that subscribe button and let's keep exploring together. The story does not stop there. When Reza Shah rose to power in the early 20th century, he set out to modernize a nation that had been shaped by centuries of empire and invasion. He built railways that cut across the rugged terrain, introduced compulsory schooling, and reformed legal codes to bring Iran into the industrial age. Yet even as he pushed for secularism and a new national identity, he could not erase the ancient threads that bound his people. The Persian language, still spoken in bustling bazaars and quiet mountain villages, remained the heart of daily life, and the rituals of Nowruz, the spring festival of renewal, continued to be celebrated with fire and feasting, linking each generation to the same timeless rhythm. The upheaval of 1979 brought a dramatic shift in governance, but it also underscored the resilience that has defined Iran for millennia. The revolution replaced a monarchy with a theocratic republic, yet the cultural foundations proved unshakable. Poetry that once echoed in the courts of the Safavids now resonated on the streets, and the verses of Hafez and Rumi found new life in graffiti and song. Artists, filmmakers, and musicians navigated the delicate balance between state expectations and creative expression, producing works that captivated audiences far beyond the borders of the country. Iranian cinema, with its poetic realism, earned acclaim at festivals around the world, while contemporary Persian pop blended traditional melodies with global beats, showing that culture can adapt without losing its soul. In the diaspora, millions of Iranians have carried their language, cuisine, and customs to distant lands, creating vibrant communities in cities from Los Angeles to London. Their stories of perseverance echo the ancient tale of a people who have endured conquests, wars, and political revolutions, yet never allowed their identity to dissolve. The diaspora also serves as a bridge, introducing the richness of Persian literature, philosophy, and art to new audiences, ensuring that the legacy of the ancient plateau continues to inspire future generations. What does all of this tell us about the secret of Iran's endurance? It is not a single event or a heroic leader, but a trio of interwoven forces, a language that has survived the rise and fall of empires, a cultural tapestry that continually renews itself, and a capacity for adaptation that turns every challenge into an opportunity for reinvention. When foreign armies arrived, they found an administrative machinery already in place, a sophisticated literary tradition, and a populace whose sense of self was rooted in more than just political rule. They could not simply replace what had been cultivated over 5,000 years. Instead, they were forced to incorporate it, enriching their own dominions in the process. Consider the Mongols, notorious for their brutal campaigns, who, after sweeping across the plateau, found themselves dependent on Persian scholars to manage taxes, draft decrees, and preserve knowledge. The Arab conquerors, while introducing a new faith, embraced Persian poetry to articulate spiritual ideas, giving rise to a golden age of Islamic literature that still influences scholars today. Even in the modern era, global powers engage with Iran not merely as a geopolitical actor, but as a custodian of a heritage that commands respect and curiosity worldwide. The lesson here is both humbling and empowering. Cultures that cling rigidly to the past risk stagnation, while those that refuse to evolve become vulnerable to oblivion. Iran's journey demonstrates that honoring tradition while embracing change creates a dynamic equilibrium, one that can weather the fiercest storms and emerge stronger. It is a reminder that the endurance of a nation lies not in the walls of its forts or the might of its armies, but in the stories it tells, the words it speaks, and the values it passes down. So, as we look at the present and contemplate the future, ask yourself, what threads bind your own community together? How can you nurture language, art, and adaptability to ensure that your heritage thrives amid inevitable change? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective adds to the tapestry we're weaving together. If this journey through 5,000 years of resilience resonated with you, consider giving this video a thumbs up. Your support helps bring more hidden histories to light. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss the next deep dive into the stories of cultures that have shaped our world. Together, we'll continue to uncover the hidden heroes of history, one chapter at a time.